under control, even as it looks different way. And she gets to the free throw line about 9.6 times a game.
Dungey on the attack after the nice presence and finisher as well. They play up-tempo, shoot a lot of threes.
And one of the things that Mike Neighbors has really talked about is being able to bring transfer games. You look at each other from the three-point line, she can get to the basket. Her mid-range game is probably the only area that I've seen that she probably needs to improve the most. But she can get you the kind of edge and sneak in. This year, her role is different because they need her to score.
Very nice.
And so you'll see in this game, Arkansas will take got a questionable shot, but that's their game.
Oliver getting her own miss, putting
They've always done a great job of attacking the board. One person shoot, you see 3, maybe 4 players go and get on the board.
Nice little mini run here for Baylor. Arizona, excuse me. Three-pointer on the way, feeder set up and in.
Being very aggressive at the offensive end.
I guess that's a little bit redundant when it comes to Arkansas. And here comes Daniels quickly out of the backcourt again. Daniels, three-pointer, and Arkansas needed that, as you pointed out.
You like seeing the aggressiveness that Baylor has, though.
I use that term loosely. Resets don't take very long, Tamika. Dungey attacking down inside, using the offhand. Nice play by Dungey.
Very nice, and that's what I was going to say. Chelsea Dungey just does a great job. Arkansas did a great job, though, that time spreading the floor and giving her the space to drive. But Baylor comes back with the finish.
Dungey now with 8, leading the way. Daniels with it. Dungey can make the 3. Working against Smith down inside. Count the basket. And look for Dungey to complete the 24 hours a day.
Well, it's important you mentioned Kelsey Plum. She's a player in the WNBA, but she's a player that Coach Neighbors coached University of Washington. Shoots lights out, all of that.
And Mike Neighbors talked to us the other day, and he said, we've got to get all the 50-50 balls. We've got to get the long rebounds. And right here, Baylor gets another look at it and takes full advantage. That in a very good conference that maybe just got better with a new head coach at Texas.
Yes, and you know, one thing that you know is Kim Mulkey. Talked to her yesterday about just even her coach. Started talking to Slocum when she was young, junior. You know, she basically committed as a junior, came in. Senior year was like, you know what, I want to open up my options. And that's how she ended up at Maryland. But the relationship has kept them going. It was like, you know, it's not like we stayed in contact. You always end up in the same places. And you end up having that relationship and being able to talk to people.
Power basketball down inside after the basket at the other end by Destiny Slocum. Right on cue, Hannah Gusters powers her way. Boy, good quick attack. What good movement that time by David. Share of 50-50 balls, and right now not so much on that. Nice play off the inbound. Caitlin Bickle, 6-foot junior, able to put that ball up and in. Haven't seen much of Queen Egbo because of the early foul trouble. Nice little slip screen, but help from the weak side break by Arkansas. Ball bounces out. Here's Ramirez. Attacking with the offhand, lays it up and in. Layups and threes.
For Baylor, she was pretty quiet.
We were talking about that during the break.
Well, Taylor Thomas is somebody that they need, that Arkansas has relied on. And although she's not one of the prominent scorers and the people that you're looking at to score for the Razorback team, she plays her role really, really well. The big thing that they're missing right now is the rebound. She only has 1 rebound in the game in the first half. She averages 8 rebounds. They have got to get her, so she's got to figure out a way to box out and get some rebounds.
Queen Egbo picked up a couple of early fouls, and Kim Mulkey and Baylor making a concerted effort to get the ball.
You have such a good game and you come in, but Arkansas had done their game plan. This is their game plan. Their game plan is 3. But you see Michaela Daniels, that's what they do very well, and their game plan is to get the ball to the basket, try to get Baylor in foul trouble, and they have executed the game plan to a T.
Smith down inside. Richards has hit 1 shot down the perimeter, and now another back to it. Arkansas with a 45-42 lead. Queen Egbo, big story there on the sideline with 4 personal fouls as Amber and Ramirez. Little step, pull back, jump shot, and the lead now is 5. And quickly at the other end, Dejanay Carrington, who had 11 in the first half, and quickly contributing in the second.
Well, Carrington is the reason that Baylor has been able to stay in this game. She's a player that she understands her role right now in this game. With Egbo out on the bench, they got to get more scores.
But they better do it without fouling. They got to adjust to the way this game is being called. Carrington, pass into the corner. Urson will look at a three-pointer and buries that. Baylor on top 54-49 with Tamika Catchings. Attack of the basket there. Thrown up and in. Boy, did Arkansas exceed.
His legacy forever lives on.
Very well said, Tamika. Thank you very much. Paul Sunderland with Tamika Catchings.
So it's not until your sophomore, junior year that you really are able to develop and get on the floor. Here, they're in a different situation with only 10 I think Dungy came out of the game to give her a rest. So Coach Neighbor might be resting her for a little bit, and she might be back sooner than you know.
Very important and aggressive
on
attack.
The bench when her teams need them. And Egbo, she will be a great player. Right now, she's just
would be very, very important in that phase of the game. Free throw off the back of the iron. The rebound taken by Davis. And wasting no time. Look at that. Marquisha Davis. 10-minute quarter with number 16 Arkansas on top of Baylor, 64-57 with Tamika Catchings. I'm Paul Sunderland. Continues to grow.
You can't afford to really go in and get rebounds unless you have wide open opportunity.
Nice pass by Slocum down inside to Thomas, who could not handle it. And a break for Baylor coming the other way. Dee Richards down inside. Excuse me, that was Nalissa Smith.
Back to you.
And they have tried. Thank you very much. Arkansas out on the run. Live ball turnovers. That's turnover number 18. And Marquisha Where does Baylor go? Maybe to Carrington, who's had a huge offensive output so far. The transfer from Stanford. Long rebound taken by Slocum. And they look to foul all the way to the other end, and there's no whistle, and we play on.
Well, good defense right there. Smith going straight up.
Richards led. Both free throws are perfect for Ramirez, and this is going to be a night to remember for Arkansas basketball. First win under the Mike Neighbors regime to beat a top 5 team, and the first win over a defending national champion for a long, long time. 2 big free throws and a big night for the Razorbacks and Amber Ramirez. 7.6 left, 5-point advantage.
Well, then Baylor comes down and immediately fouls or turns the ball over.
Yep.
Careless possession.
And Arkansas will comfortably dribble this out. And that is a huge win and further evidence of how far this Arkansas Razorback team has come. Wonderful players, a very interesting, intelligent, hardworking head coach and coaching staff, and that's a huge win for Arkansas women's basketball over one of the premier programs in the entire sport. Your thoughts, Tamika?